YouTube. I don't know if it's going to show itself on this stream, but there does appear to be a bit of an issue. We just did a member stream where the live chat was not working correctly. And I don't know, we're going to have to see if the live chat is going to work correctly here, because we could have a bit of a situation where I'm just going to have to keep talking and not have like much of the chat kind of to bounce from, and this could be an interesting challenge. It's one that I think I would be able to rise to be honest. Talking for an extended period of time has never been a problem for me. So yeah, we'll have to see. I don't know, the chat was really playing up for our member stream, and I have seen people online saying that there's been YouTube issues today. So if you're around, if the chat in the chat, say hello, try and put a comment. We'll see if it works. If not, then it is a bit of a known problem. So, okay, with that being said, whilst we're just going to wait and see kind of what comes through, we can do our preview, right? So we'll do our preview like we usually do, and then we'll literally take it from there. So I did see a bit of a preview for today. We can actually jump over here and have a look at bang, there we go. So this is the preview for tonight. So announced for tonight's episode of Evolve, and it is the season finale as well, right? So actually next week I think is the show opener, the season premiere, right? Tonight is the season finale. Not that it matters, not that it makes any difference whatsoever, but it is the season finale this week. So we are going to do Team Performance Center against Team ID, and we've got Tate Wilder as special guest referee. Now, the only thing I'll say about this is, if this is a season finale, I am personally hoping that means it's the end of this. This has actually been probably my least favorite Evolve story. I think it has served a purpose in getting a lot of talent onto the show, but the problem is that talent has just sort of like merged into each other. Like it's not really allowed people to necessarily stand out. It's given them opportunity to be on the show. It's given them opportunity to cut a few lines of a promo. It's given them opportunity to kind of get in the ring and do some wrestling. I think the idea was not a bad idea, but I just haven't found myself enjoying it. I haven't found myself like really being grabbed by this story. So I would like for this to end. I'd like for us to get into some different stories. So Team PC, Team ID, 10-man tag match. Hopefully this season finale is where this can kind of all come to a close, right? So that is going to be a big match tonight. Probably our main event, I would imagine. As well as that, we've got Callie Armstrong, Too Strong Armstrong. She is obviously very, very exciting. I mean, when things really start clicking for her, she is going to be a force on NXT. I mean, she just screams future NXT Women's Champion. Lot of excitement around Callie. She was someone we identified from episode 1 of Evolve as being the standout, right? And so, yeah, every time Callie's on, it's always exciting. She's taken on Wendy Choo, and I actually think this will be a really interesting match because Callie is a great talent. Someone for the future, going to be NXT Women's Champion, no doubt, surely going to make it to the main roster and have a hell of a career, right? And she's taken on the experienced Wendy Choo. So Wendy is no slouch in the ring. She certainly knows what she's doing. She's been in developmental for quite a long time. This should be good. I'm really looking forward to this match. I just hope it delivers. So that should be good. Looking forward to that. And not down on this, I don't know loads about Xena Sterling. I know that she was in LFG. And I know that she was someone that did well in LFG, but so did Tyra May Steele. Listen, I'm all in on Tyra May Steele. Tyra May Steele is an Olympic gold medalist. She, more importantly, has got a fun, bubbly personality. You know, she is very likable. She's very bubbly. She's very excited. And that is so important because that is going to connect her to the fans. The fact that she can get in there and she's got that sort of amateur wrestling background where she can do throws and suplexes and they look really good. The fact that, you know, you can do a drop kick, you can do a clothesline, you can learn those things quite quickly. She's brought that into her arsenal. The fact that she is legit, she's a gold medalist as well, gives her credibility. She's got a good size to her. It's not like she's like small or anything. She's got a good size. She's got, you know, muscles. You know, she obviously works out what would be an Olympic gold medalist. But I think it's her personality that's her biggest strength. I think it's the fact that she's so bubbly, so likable, that for me, I'm just like, I'm all in. Give me all the stock. Give me all the Tyra May Steele stock because I just don't see where this falls apart. She seems really into it. She's very marketable, you know, because of her being a gold medalist. I mean, that's just so easy to promote for WWE. She's legitimate. She's fun. Oh, yeah. Brilliant. So Tyra May Steele, we're all in on. Xena Sterling, don't know much about it. She's got a good look though. I mean, she looks Russian to me. Like, and even Xena kind of sounds a bit Russian. Xena Sterling, like she could be that sort of Russian kind of menace, that foreign menace. You know, like Dolph Lundgren in Rocky, you know? I kind of think like that would be an interesting road to kind of go down for her. I don't think we're doing that. I don't know what her character is at all, actually. I don't know if she's a heel or a babyface. I don't even remember the last time we saw her in Evolve. So this will be an interesting match for me because I'll be looking at that dynamic. I'll want to have a look and see, you know, how we present in Xena. Is she a heel? What's her entrance music like? What's her mannerisms like? Tyra May Steele, are we kicking on? You know, is this going to be a fun match? Is Tyra May Steele keeping the crowd involved? Keeping the energy going? So that's what we're looking for in this match. We know what we're looking for in this match. We're very excited about Callie and Wendy. And this match, we're looking for just a real fun, blow-off, chaotic match where hopefully this will be the end of this story. And then next week, as we said, it's going to be the season premiere. And then hopefully we can kind of really launch some new stories and, you know, get into some new angles. I was just thinking then, it's Gall is not in this match. I remember that he was trying to get into Team PC and they weren't having it. So I do like It's Gall. I would say a guilty pleasure, but I don't really see what there is to be guilty about. I just think he's fun. I mean, he's kind of like a bit like Chelsea Green in the sense of he's that kind of lovable loser. You know, Chelsea's in that spot where she will lose a lot of matches, and but people love her because she's so much fun. I feel like It's Gall is, you know, that lovable loser where he's going to lose a lot of matches. But hopefully, if he can, you know, have a bit of fun with, you know, showing off the guns and everything, I think that there's fun to be had there. I was thinking before that he could have like Galtine, which is like protein, his own protein powder. I think we've spoke about that before. I'd love to see him have some fun with that. I mean, he could come out promoting Galtine, where he's actually got a tub of it. And, you know, he could do like a fake advert for Galtine. And he could grab like a wimpy guy off the street and then poof, you know, with a bit of video editing, jacked, yeah, because of Galtine and the effects of Galtine. And, you know, you could put it on a shirt and I feel like there's something to this. I feel like you could definitely, I can imagine the sticker on the thing. It's Galtine. Get your Galtine now. So this is the point I'm making. Like, I feel like there's fun to be had with its goal. There's things you can do with that character, but we haven't really been doing anything, you know? I mean, we haven't even been doing the studometer for quite a while now. But I do like its goal. He's, as I said, a guilty pleasure. So there we go. That was quite an intense breakdown. I'm not sure if the chat is working. Let's have a look. Ooh, looks like the chat. It's struggling. It's struggling. Daze, just so that you know, no English only chat will go through today. No English only. It does seem to be a real trouble, doesn't it? I don't know what the situation is. David said 10-man tag should cook. William said it's working for me at the moment. Sonny is able to get through the word Timmy's. Chat will be small today, says Cool. Well, thank you. I mean, it's good to see that we are getting some chats still coming through. And as I said, you know, that's okay because talking is something that I specialise in. So, bonjour, says Chris. Bonjour, Chris. Hassan, Games, hello. Tyler, hello. Edward, hello. David, hello. One Sad Ghost, hello. Millennial, hello. Big Tony K, hello. Daz, hello. AR1, hello. Cool Cam, hello. Beast Mode, Daz, hello, hello. Hello to Bishop and everyone that's Esther. Shout out to you. Shout out to everyone that's joining us. I really appreciate it. We just did a member stream, actually, and the same thing happened over there as well, where we were playing, like we do a quiz game, and we actually bring a couple of members on, and we were doing that, and it was really good, but the thing is, I couldn't see the chat because I have to have a Zoom open, I have to have the game open, so we were just playing the game. And then when that finished, we always have a bit of a chat with the players. And that's when I saw that the chat was just not working quite right today. And that there's some sort of issue. Thankfully, the whole video's been uploaded. Everything's absolutely fine with the video. It's just the chat wasn't working. So I did kind of anticipate there was going to be a problem today. But that's okay. Because, as we said, there's plenty for us to kind of get our teeth into. So we've done a preview in relation to Evolve. I think what might be quite interesting to do is just have a look and see some of the news today, right? Because there was a couple of things that went down today that I thought were quite interesting. These are things that I would normally just chuck into Unseen, and they still might make Unseen. But with the fact that we can't like really dig into your comments, it makes sense to kind of just have a little look at some of the things that have been said today. One of the things that we've learned is that AJ Styles is really retired, and actually Gallows and Anderson had a word with him backstage. So here we've got Carl Anderson. He said that we got to the back after Raw, and I said to AJ, I didn't know you were really retiring. He said, really? And I was like, yes. What do you mean, AJ? I mean, how am I supposed to know? We haven't, like, spoken for a while. And AJ was like, dude, I have to. My neck is hurting too bad. I'm beat up. It's time. I want to help the next generation. So it seems like AJ's neck is really giving him some problems. And I think, I mean, God, no one's going to know better than him if it's time. I mean, the one thing you can say about AJ is that he will run this till the wheels fall off. And so if he's kind of, you know, got that feeling that now is the time, well, then, you know, now is the time, isn't it? Your body lets you know. Thing is, Anderson was quite adamant that he was going to continue, though. So he was like, I just said on my podcast that you weren't going to retire. Now I've got to go and eat a lot of crow. So it is my esteemed honor to humbly apologize for giving anyone any false hope that AJ was not going to retire. Clearly, I was wrong. He has retired. So there we go. Carl Anderson having to apologize on his podcast. I don't listen to Talk and Shop. It's just not part of like what I listen to, but respect. Yeah, respect. I mean, he did not believe his friend was really going to retire. He thought he was going to go to TNA or AEW, or it was going to continue. So it seems like he'd been telling people, nah, listen, I know AJ. I know he's going to keep going. Yeah. And then turns out, no, he is legitimately done. And he said he spoke to him backstage. This is what he got told. And so he's come out and said, yeah, look, I was wrong. He is retired. It is over. It is done. So, but I think it's easy to understand, or easier to understand, when you understand that AJ is saying that his neck is really giving him some issues. I think then you go, okay, right, yeah, no, that does make sense. That does make sense. So we had that news drop. We've also had Undertaker talking to Michael Hayes. So we've got the Chelsea Chronicle, right? Undertaker is the #1 patriot. Underutilized. President appoints The Undertaker as Secretary of Dark Affairs as tensions rise amid unreal controversy. I mean, I've got to say, well done to Chelsea for using this and using these comments and like making some out of it. Right. One thing Chelsea is very, very good at is capitalizing on opportunity. So, you know, she creates her own opportunities, but then when opportunities arise, she's on it. I'm in there. You know, she is just a very moving forward type person. And I think when those comments in Unreal dropped, where Michael Hayes was saying, look, she's great, but she's not, you know, at the top end of the card. She's someone that makes others look good. I mean, he wasn't lying. He wasn't wrong. Like, he was saying exactly where Chelsea is right now. Her role is to be that woman that can, you know, put others over and, you know, make others look good. But there's a need for that. And that gets Chelsea a job. They didn't hire her to be a WrestleMania main eventer. That's not why they brought her in. That's not why she got the job. She got the job because she was fun. She was entertaining. She's someone that you can, you know, very versatile. She can be, you know, in the mid-card title picture. She can be putting other girls over. She can be cutting promos and being murked by the next monster, be it Zarya or Jade Cargill. You can imagine Chelsea cutting a promo saying how she's the best and winding up the crowd, and then bang, Zarya's music hits. Zarya comes down, Chelsea being all like, oh my God, no, and getting murked. I mean, she's got the ability to talk on a microphone. She's got the ability to engage with the crowd. She's got the ability to step into the ring at a PLE at short notice because of her experience. She can be in a tag team. She can be in a faction. She is so versatile. But she has got the ability to do something not many women can do and not many people can do. And that is to lose matches but still be loved, because you are so entertaining. That is a real skill, and it is a skill that not too many people have got, and she has got it in spades. So I've never looked at this as being like a disrespectful thing to Chelsea. I think that this is actually what she was brought in to do, and I think it's something she does better than most other people. She's basically got a job for life. She's basically R-Truth. And people love R-Truth, and people love Chelsea Green. So I think, though, there is a pushback that is valid, which is the idea that she will never be a WrestleMania main eventer, or she'll never be a world champion. I do push back on that, because I think that if you look at Kofi, you know, Kofi was kind of in the New Day and had been in the mid-card. And then people realized, no, we really like this guy and we want him to be world champion. And they got behind him, and we had Kofi Mania. And of course, at WrestleMania 35, he does it. He wins the title and becomes like world champion, right? And it's an amazing moment. And absolutely, Chelsea can have that moment. I mean, Chelsea is beloved. And as a result, this is why we're seeing people going, how dare he say that there's a glass ceiling and that she can't be a world champion. And, I think those points are valid. I mean, I would never say she can never be a world champion or anything like that. But I would say that she wasn't brought in for that reason. And I would say that the main purpose for her, the main thing that WWE want from her, is to bring that entertainment and to help get other girls over. And, hopefully her time comes to be a world champion herself further down the road, right? But, have fun, entertain the fans. I mean, she's one of the most beloved women, if not superstars in general. So I think she's in a really great place. She's in a really great place. She's really fun, really entertaining. She'll have plenty of success. She's having success already. She won the United States Championship. I'm sure there's tag titles as well. That she'll have more tag runs. She'll have more mid-card title runs. I could see her winning Money in the Bank. I could absolutely see her being a world champion in the future. I think she's in a great place. She's loved and she's getting regular TV time. That's a great place to be. So, yeah, I think this is a really interesting conversation. I don't think there's any bad ill will towards her. I do think this is sort of blown a bit out of proportion. But I think Chelsea is taking it and going, can you see how I'm being treated? Can you see how unfair WWE are being to me, right? Because she's trying to fight for more. And it's clever. And it's good as long as she doesn't really annoy anyone, right? I mean, you wouldn't really want to run this risk with Vince, because if you annoy Vince, he'll just cut you. You could lose your job, So there is a bit of a balancing act that's needed here. She is walking a little bit of a tightrope where she wants to use this as like, can you believe this is how they're treating me? Because it fires up the fans, right? Builds more support for her, because all you see in the comments is, oh, Chelsea deserves better, Chelsea deserves better, and all this kind of stuff, right? And she's looking for that, right? She's farming that, but equally you don't want to go too far where you actually annoy the higher ups. So a bit of a balance. But so Michael Hayes came on and he was asked about those comments. Undertaker said that she's underutilized, right? And so Chelsea's jumped on that, calling him the #1 patriot and saying that she's appointed him the Secretary of Dark Affairs. So, as I said, the one thing I do disagree with Michael Hayes on is like this idea. I don't even know if he said it, that I don't even know if he said she'll never be world champion. I mean, if he said that, I'd strongly push back on that. But the way that he described her role is the way that she is used, and it is her strength. It is something not many other girls can do, and she's got a job for life. She is R-Truth, and that's not a bad spot to be. Like, there's a lot of women that have come and gone that wish they were still with WWE, that would absolutely love a job for life, to be loved by the fans, to be used in AAA and on the main roster, traveling the world, having mid-card title runs. I mean, the idea that she's in some really bad spot is crazy to me. I think she's in a great place, but it's been a big controversy. It's been a big talking point. We've never really got our teeth into it. But, yeah, that dropped. So that's Michael Hayes on the Undertaker podcast. And those were Chelsea's comments. The Chelsea Chronicle, indeed, King Notorious, shout out to you. Chelsea is awesome. Christopher wants to see Undertaker, AJ, HBK, Triple H, Kane, Kevin Nash, and Jey Uso. Sonny, shout out to you. I do not speak French, so I can't really understand what's being said. I think you're just saying she is fantastic, which I translate as she is very good. Right, let's have a look, see what else we've got that's been in the news today. So there was an interesting comment from Cody about how not every game is a home game for him anymore. I want to find that, actually, because I thought that was an interesting comment today about how not every game is a home game. I think it was earlier today. So it should be down here. Let's have a look. Oh, Bronson. So Bronson is expected to undergo surgery for a torn bicep if it's not happened already. There's no word yet how long he's going to be out of action. Plans have to be reconfigured, as he was originally slated for Elimination Chamber and figured into WrestleMania plans. So it looks like he is having surgery. Okay, here's the comments that we wanted to get to. So Cody Rhodes says not every game is a home game when talking about his crowd reactions. He said, I'm in a funky spot as a wrestler on the show where not every game is a home game anymore. I'm starting to get some let's go Cody. Cody sucks. When I was in Germany not long ago, Bobby Roode came up to me backstage and he said, they just showed you on the screen it's going to be an away game. And I thought, all right, it's the energy that matters. So it's not a thing, but there are places like Florida, like Texas, where it's like, okay, this still feels good. We're still cool. So very interesting. Cody himself now talking about that shift, talking about that change, talking about the fact that it is starting to become, let's go Cody. Cody sucks. And, we're starting to get to that point. And obviously, we see that online. And it's been a big conversation we've been having in streams about the idea that Cody Rhodes is now really starting to divide opinion. And, I think a lot of it, as we keep saying, is because of him being quite bland, quite vanilla, the character not really evolving or developing. So there being a bit of stagnation there. The whole presentation being a bit stale. I think that reinvention is a difficult thing to do, but it's something that people really need to do. We saw Becky reinvent herself a few times. I mean, don't forget when she first came to the main roster, she was doing like some weird steampunk type thing, right? And do you remember Straight Fire? When she would yell Straight Fire, point to the corner, charge over, and like crash into her opponent. So, Becky's gone through evolution. Undertaker went through evolution. I mean, drastic evolution if you think about American Badass compared to Dead Man, because of it being Attitude Era, needing to like mix it up. Seth Rollins has gone through evolution. Roman Reigns has gone through evolution. Even Cody has gone through evolution. If you think about Dashing Cody Rhodes, Stardust, American Nightmare. Now, he can't really move away from American Nightmare because he's got the big tattoo on his neck, hasn't he? So he can't really abandon that presentation now, which is a real shame because I think like we could really refresh this. But I don't know. I mean, I suppose you could move away from it. The tattoo just stays. But I don't know. It's going to be a little bit harder, I think, actually, for Cody to kind of change his presentation and evolve. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there hoping and thinking that the heel turn is the direction. And I've said before, for me, that is something we should definitely do at some point. It's not really what I'm looking for now personally, but we could get to the point where if those Cody sucks chants keep getting louder and louder and louder, it could be an iceberg that we can't avoid. And it could be that, we end up kind of going down that road. So, yeah, I think that it's interesting to hear him talk about that. It's interesting to hear him talking about the fact that he is getting those kind of split reactions. And there's no problem with those split reactions. Hogan was getting those at the end of his run in WWE. Obviously, Cena is the one that comes to mind most notably. And as well as that, we were seeing it with Roman. Roman was probably getting more anti-Roman than positive Roman when he was Big Dog. So you can look at some of the biggest stars we've ever had, and they've gone through this. And Cody going through it now. So for me, it's going to be very interesting. And I know I'm like a broken record on this, but it's going to be very interesting to see what WWE do to try and sort of fix this situation. How does this play out? You know, where is it that we're going to go? Okay, Tatum Paxley recalls sharing the ring with Alexa Bliss at NXT Homecoming. She said, I don't know if I've said this to her face. It's like one of those things where I'm just like, do I go up and say you're the reason why I'm here? Since walking in here, I'm like, will I ever get the chance to stand in a ring with Alexa? And there it was. I was standing there. I was staring at her like, oh my gosh, how did this happen? So Tatum Paxley, I think it's I've never heard this before, that she was inspired by Alexa, but I think if you look at her character, it's very easy to see that she has been inspired by Alexa. And so, yeah, I think there's definitely some fun to be had in the future. I actually really don't mind Tatum, Alexa, and Nikki being like a female sort of faction. I don't mind us kind of breaking them away, so they could be part of the Wyatt Six cinematic universe, but they could be their own group, right? And they could go to SmackDown, and maybe the Wyatt Six are on Raw, like the guys. And actually, you know, you can have Rowan with Howdy, you can have Gacy and Loomis as a tag team, you can have Rowan and Howdy doing, you know, Howdy can go off to do single stuff with Rowan as his kind of backup, right? Rowan can obviously come out with the guys when needed. If the girls ever need some backup, the Wyatt Six lads can come over. I think rather than this kind of big group that just travels around, I'm okay with us like splitting it down into smaller entities and actually kind of seeing what that looks like, because I think it's just so hard, isn't it? I mean, I just did a member stream where Hello Sydney, who's in our community, was making the point that like Nikki's just not having matches. We're not aware of any injuries, but we've got Wyatt Six against MFTs, and there's no female in the MFTs. So like, you know, Nikki's not getting involved in any matches. Like, to my knowledge, there's no issue. It's just why she can't. There's no woman, no female for her to compete against. So you look at that and you're like, well, this doesn't feel right. Rowan, I don't even know the last time he was in the ring. I mean, like, Rowan isn't being used that often because he's not part of the tag team like Dexter and Gacy. So Rowan doesn't really get a chance to wrestle too much. Howdy doesn't even get a chance to wrestle all that much, but he will be in action against Solo this Friday. So I kind of feel like this group is actually arguably holding people back, actually. It was meant to be a group that was going to get people showcased, and it was going to bring, you know, the best out in these performers. But I think you can make an argument it's actually really holding some people back, rather than if they were just off doing something else, they'd probably be wrestling a lot more. Certainly in Nikki's case. Maybe you can make an argument Rowan wouldn't really be back if it wasn't for this group. But, you know, I think if Howdy was on his own, he'd be doing a lot more than what he's doing right now. You know, if Howdy was just on his own, he'd be having more regular matches, getting involved in more stories. So, yeah, I think there is a conversation to be had with the Wyatt Six. And I think there is clearly everyone is united in saying this has not worked. I don't think you'll find anyone that's gone, no, yeah, it's great, it's been brilliant. I think whether you love them or hate them, one thing that everyone can come together on, we can all join together, is that it's not worked. So I wonder if that is a bit of a shift that could be made. I wonder if we could put Tatum with Alexa and Nikki, and we could have that as like a female group that kind of, you know, goes after tag titles, goes after mid-card titles. Do you know what? Imagine that. Imagine Nikki, Alexa, Tatum taking on JC, Fallon, and Laney. I mean, one of the best women's factions we've got, one of the only women's factions that we've got right now, is Fatal Influence. I don't know what the future looks like for them. Don't know if that's going to split apart. JC doesn't feel like she's too far away from being called up. But I do like Fatal Influence. I am a fan of their work. JC, I think, has really shone since they put the NXT Women's title on her. You've got Fallon Henley by her side, who I don't think we see too much, to be honest. I'd like to see more of Fallon Henley. Lainey is just learning, but I've been really impressed with some of her recent performances. They actually did like a bit of a Fatal Influence match not long ago, and I thought they worked really well as a group, as a unit. And like there was lots of like quick tag work that was being done, and you could tell there was real chemistry, real, synchronicity. Things were synchronized and pop, 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 go here, bang, she does that over here. Do you know what I mean? Like it was just fast paced and there was all this intricate work, and it was like, ooh, clearly they're putting work in together and clearly they're all on the same page. And I thought they looked quite good. Don't know what the future holds for them, but if they did find a way of getting called up as a group, then showdown between like Tatum, Alexa, Nikki, Fatal Influence. We're talking, do you know what I mean? Much further down the road. It could be fun. I would buy that. That would be interesting to me. We also don't know what's happening with Julia, Kiana. They could bring someone else into that to make it a bit of a group. I think the reason why I think this is quite an interesting conversation is because we've done a lot of work recently to get women away from the world titles. What we've done is we've put women into the tag division so that the tag division is in a better place. And more importantly, Jade is kind of left alone. Stephanie is left alone, and they can just have runs, right? Because if Stephanie is like going up against Rhea, then going up against Charlotte, then going up against Lash Legends, those are the kind of matches that she needs to be having, but it's probably unlikely she would win all of those. And equally, WWE probably doesn't want to be dishing out loads of L's to their top talent. So instead, get them out of the way, put them in the tag division, and then that way Stephanie is feuding with the likes of Raquel Rodriguez and feuding with the likes of Nikki Bella, right? So she's feuding with those people instead. Same with Jade. Jade is not feuding with Charlotte or Alexa, right? She's feuding with the likes of Michin and Jordan Grace. Beatable opponents. Jordan's only just arrived. So at this stage, she's a beatable opponent. So I think there is maybe, once we've done with this kind of tag work, there is maybe an opportunity to kind of have a look and do a few like factions. There is an opportunity to go, okay, we've got the women out the way to do like tag team stuff. How about we do a bit of a women's faction thing next? And we actually do kind of do something with Alexa, Nikki. I'd be really tempted to put Tatum in with that. And you could, start to put a few little groups together. That could be really interesting. And you could maybe do something like that around Survivor Series time. That could be kind of interesting. That would also open up the door to do something different for Survivor Series. If you've got, rather than 2 big teams, what about we mix it up and we've actually got 4 teams in there? Rather than 2 big teams, put 4 teams in. And so that could be interesting. Rather than 2 teams, it's 4 teams. Just that little change, that little spin on Survivor Series War Games might just make it a little different this year and a bit more interesting this year. It's not a drastic change, but it might just be enough of a change. Certainly if the build's good and you've had a bit of a faction war leading into it, then you do the blow off at Survivor Series War Games. So yeah, maybe something to that. I don't know. We kind of went down a bit of a different road, but we've certainly got time to kind of explore these things. Shining Wizard said, stop Daze, you're being a bit too creative, but that's true. WWE probably wouldn't want to go down those paths. But I don't know. I mean, look, they're just thoughts. Whether they would work or not, I don't know. I think what would be really good would be to, see what WWE have got planned when it comes to Survivor Series this year. I'm looking forward to seeing what they do, because it does feel like War Games has gone quite stale to me. It does feel like there needs to be some sort of refresh there. I'm not I mean, like, I felt like I was quite done with War Games like a few years ago. It was fine to do it for a year or two, but I think the problem with War Games is it does feel like we get to that time of the year and we have to make a match for the show, rather than we've got like these two factions that are warring. Let's do War Games to figure this out. It's more War Games is coming. What shall we do for War Games? It's the wrong way round. It's that old argument, isn't it? It's the same reason that, people had a bit of criticism for things like Hell in a Cell, or they had a bit of criticism for TLC. You would do those shows every year, and it felt like sometimes we were just booking matches because we needed a match for Hell in a Cell, or we needed a match. Like, let's just make this one a tables match for TLC. Let's make this one a chairs match. It's not that it really made sense for the feuds. It was like, it's that time of the year, so we've got to do it. And I do think War Games suffers from that. There's been times where it's worked. Bloodline stuff was fun. Bloodline stuff was okay, but equally there's been a few matches that's gone down that I don't think we really did need. So, yeah, I'll be interested to see what they do with War Games and Survivor Series. Jade Cargill said that she was surprised that Charlotte Flair didn't qualify for Elimination Chamber. She thought she'd be facing her at WrestleMania. She says, to go off guard a little bit, I actually thought I was going to take on Charlotte. I'm really shocked to see that last Friday she didn't qualify. I mean, it doesn't matter. It could be Asuka, it could be Rhea, it could be Tiffany. I've already beaten Tiffany. It could be whoever. Like I said, it doesn't matter. I'm going to come out on top as women's champion at WrestleMania. So I must admit, I was surprised that Charlotte didn't qualify. I thought Charlotte was going to make it into Elimination Chamber. I didn't know if she was going to win or not, but the dirt sheets had said, and again, it's the dirt sheets, take it with a pinch of salt, but the dirt sheets said it was either going to be Charlotte or Tiffany. And so we didn't know which of those two it was going to be. The fact that Charlotte hasn't qualified now just makes it seem like it's going to be Tiffany. And actually, I did just read... again, if I kind of scroll down, I did just read the favourites. So this is according to William Hill, who are like a big betting shop here in the UK, right? So William Hill, Cody Rhodes is the current favourite to win the men's Elimination Chamber. So Cody is the favourite, then it's Randy, then it's LA Knight, then Javon, then Trick, then Jay. So I think that order is about the same as the one we looked at in Unseen yesterday. Oh, and Unseen yesterday, there was an issue with the audio, wasn't there? I don't know what happened with that. The file that I had was absolutely fine. And when I went to X, I saw people going, the audio cuts off halfway through. And so I was like, really? I went to the file and checked, it was absolutely fine. And then I went to YouTube, and yes, you was right, the audio did cut off. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube at the moment. Obviously, we've got chat issues tonight, which is why I can't interact with the chat as much. Messages just aren't seemingly coming through. So if you are trying to type stuff and they're not coming through, don't worry. It's not you. It is YouTube. There is a known issue that hopefully they are working on getting resolved. But even like earlier today, like last night when I uploaded Unseen and half the audio was missing. I've not had that before. So I just re-uploaded it and it worked the second time. So I don't know, maybe an upload error, or I don't know, weird. So that was a bit frustrating. But in that video, we did look, thanks to WrestleBuzz, at the latest odds, and they had Cody as a firm favourite. Here in the UK, William Hill also has Cody as favourite. This one was slightly different, though, because this one, I believe they had... who did they have as favourite? I can't even remember now. Was it Alexa? It might have been Alexa's favourite. I remember, like, it was very, very close, but Tiffany is the favourite when it comes to William Hill. So Tiffany is the current favourite to win the Women's Elimination Chamber on Saturday. Whether it goes that way, I don't know. The only thing I can tell you is the rumour is that it was going to be Jade Bianca. Bianca's finger is obviously just had surgery. She's trying to get back. Don't know that she's going to make it back in time. So it seems like plan B, plan C was Tiffany or Charlotte. And seemingly they've decided Tiffany is the direction to go. So Tiffany is the current favourite with William Hill. But when we looked at the other odds in Unseen, she was second favourite, but only just, it was whisper thin. Very, very close as to who the favourite was. So, yeah, those are favourites in regards to the chamber. There was another thing that I just got reminded of, which was... Ethan said, when are we doing Elimination Chamber predictions videos? I don't know, to be honest. I might not get a chance to do it. I wanted to do it on the weekend just gone, but there was a couple of people that hadn't qualified by that point. So, I mean, look, I can do it now. I think Tiffany is going to win. I think Cody's going to win. I think Punk's going to retain. And I think it's really hard between Becky and AJ because there are two different ways you can go. And it's just which way do WWE choose. You can have Becky retain by shenanigans. And then AJ kind of, say, that's not fair. That's not right. I want a rematch. And Adam Pearce agrees. And rematch is done. Is made for WrestleMania. And so AJ then wins the title at Mania. That's probably the direction I would go. I think it makes more sense to have AJ win at Mania than lose at Mania. So I think it would make more sense to have Becky win by shenanigans at the Chamber, beating AJ in Chicago, which is where AJ lives. And she's the wife of CM Punk, of course. So Chicago are going to love AJ Lee. That's going to mean that Becky's going to have loads to gloat about. And then we go to WrestleMania. And then AJ gets the win on the grandest stage, right? That would be the direction I would go. But there is another direction. And that is that AJ Lee wins in Chicago in front of the home fans. Chicago, goes crazy, loves it. And then Becky demands a rematch. We go to WrestleMania. And maybe AJ beats her there as well, or maybe Becky gets it back. But I think because I'm very confident that CM Punk's going to win, I think Chicago is already going to get a chance to celebrate. CM Punk retaining against Finn Balor in hopefully a banger of a match. Great. That means that Chicago has got something to celebrate. But I don't think they need to have two things. It's not like they have to have AJ win and CM Punk win because we're in Chicago. I think Becky winning thanks to shenanigans. And she's like, people will say I was holding onto the rope, but I wasn't. I was actually just stopping the ropes from falling off the ring because they were very loose. You might not have seen it, but I saw it because I was in the ring. You weren't in the ring, but I was in the ring. And I can tell you that the ropes were actually very loose. And they were just moments away from falling off. And that could have been very, very dangerous for the commentary team, for people in the front row. So people are saying I was holding onto the rope to get like extra leverage. That is just not true. I was actually saving lives. And I can totally see Becky coming out with something like that and gloating about how she didn't really cheat. But actually, it's not about that. It's about the fact that I beat Absolute Joke Lee in Chicago, in front of her family, in front of all of those people that love her. I showed her up to be the fraud that she is. And, I mean, it just flipping writes itself, doesn't it? So I'm going to go Becky. With all that being said, I'm going to say Becky retains. I'm going to say AJ wins it at Mania. I'm going to say that CM Punk wins. I'm going to say that Cody wins. I'm going to say that Tiffany wins. And I'm going to say inside the crate. Well, might as well go with what the favourite is again for that. The favourite for the crate, I don't know if we've got a thing for it, but the favourite for the crate is Danhausen. people don't know what's in the crate, but the favorite thing to be in the crate is Danhausen. Danhausen is what people are thinking could pop out. You see, I know that Monday's Raw got like mixed reviews, but I do think that that was another reason why I kind of enjoyed the show, was because on Monday, Adam Pearce backstage with the crate did reveal something that I thought was very interesting, and I thought was a noteworthy talking point, and that is that it's going to be opened with both GMs there. So we didn't actually know what was going to happen with the crate. You know, where's it being opened? Who's opening it? Like, that does matter, because obviously it will change what we think is inside, right? The fact that it's going to be potentially a segment on Elimination Chamber, the show, and it's going to be opened by both of the general managers, I mean, that does say to me this is not a sponsor thing. That says to me this is not going to be anything to do with dude wipes or anything like that. This is... You've probably got a good shout of it being like Jericho related. I'm not saying it is Jericho. I mean, I think he's still showing on the AEW roster, right? And I think that I don't think the chatter for Jericho is quite there this time. It was there for the Rumble. It's not really there this time. But I do feel like that what they revealed on Raw was significant. And it does make me think that it's not going to be sponsorship related. And it does make me think that it's going to be something that's going to impact Raw and SmackDown, hence the need for both of them to be there. So Danhausen coming out, and you know, both GMs not wanting him, both GMs going, oh my god, no, oh my god, and there being like I could see something there. I could see something with that. Danhausen brings a comedy element that we don't really have, actually. Comedy is quite difficult to do. This is why I was praising Chelsea earlier, because it is very specialist. Like, if you can make people laugh, if you can be entertaining, that's a really hard skill, certainly in wrestling, because a lot of wrestlers just lift weights, take protein, work on their in-ring, try and improve on the microphone, but they're not naturally funny people, right? They're not naturally kind of charismatic, entertaining, right? And so Chelsea is like a diamond, and this is why people love her. But equally, this is why you can't blame WWE for using her that way. She has got a skill set that not many other people have got. She is a specialist in a certain area, and that area is comedy, entertainment, and you know, it's working wonders for her as a result. Just like R-Truth was fantastic doing that, just like Santino was fantastic at doing that. You know, we've had some great comedy performers. Danhausen, I've not seen loads of him actually, but I've always liked what I've seen. I like the spell thing that he does. Obviously, I'm not really looking for that spell thing to work. I'm not looking for him to actually be able to put spells on people. I don't think that fits with the current product. But him threatening to do it and then doing it, right? And people going, like, has it done anything? I'm looking a bit confused. Like, there's the comedy. There's the humour. And I think that there's definitely some stuff that you can do there. So I think there is potentially something to that. So yeah, I think when it comes to the crate, I'd be probably leaning that way. I think there's probably going to be a bit more than that, though. I mean, if that's the show we get, I don't know what the review of it would be, because I feel like a lot of what I've just said is probably what a lot of people are expecting. So I can already hear people going, that sounds mid, that sounds predictable. The only thing I'm going to say is, why would it be anything other than that? Why should we go in believing it's going to be anything? Did you watch the Royal Rumble? Did you watch Survivor Series? I mean, you do remember the scores that those shows got. Why should we go in thinking this is going to be any different? I think that this is going to be a show that is going to get us to where we need to be. And the rumor mills are where we need to be is we're going to do Tiffany against Jade's. Cody is going to get into that match with Drew. To wish and hope that that's going to be different. I don't see that being of any benefit to anyone. Rumor mills are saying we're going a certain way. This show is going to get us there. So that's kind of why I'm expecting those things to play out that way. Danhausen, I would not hate being in the crate. It's not if you think about what the alternatives could be. Not if you think they open it and a load of flipping dude wipes fall out. I'll take Danhausen over that. And, you know, if Jericho is still not available, well, you can't have him, you know? You can't complain about someone that's apparently his contract is frozen with AEW. So you can't have him. It's that simple. I would love for it to be Jericho related, but if he ain't available, he ain't available. So again, you know, kind of cross that off and you start kind of going, okay, well, what is this going to be? And so I think Danhausen, all things considered, would not be terrible for me personally. What I think I would like is something that really does put the cat amongst the pigeons. Something that's like, you know, the mystery man being revealed or something like that. Something that really is like, oh, okay, here we go. You remember when Jade came back and she went after Naomi? That type moment, you know? You're not going to get a John Cena moment. I mean, you're not going to get a John Cena turning heel type moment because I can't even think as to what that would be. I can't even think as to what that big dramatic sort of, you know, what would that be? The Rock? It'd have to be like The Rock, maybe. I don't know. So I think it is probably wise to go in with expectations at a certain level rather than, you know, being completely out of control. I think it's wise to go in with expectations at a certain level. I don't think it's going to match last year's, you know, incredible, mind-blowing, oh my God, that's changed everything type situation. But I'm hoping there will be like a turn, you know, maybe, I don't know, something with Asuka maybe goes down or something with Charlotte and Alexa goes down, you know, Alexa trying to win the chamber, Charlotte comes in and murks her. I mean, I don't expect that, but something like that where we get a turn. You know, a lot of people looking at Dominic and Finn, for example. You know, could it be something there? That's probably most likely, isn't it? Dominic and Finn, and maybe something going down on that front. So those little bits are what we're looking for. Those kind of things are what we're looking for. And I just hope there's enough of those that people go, yeah, man, this was well worth watching. This was really good, you know? This was well worth watching. Okay, what do I want? I want to move this over to here, and I want to get Tubi. That's what I want to do. Okay, so the show is starting very soon. New GM, said Bonkers. A new GM. Well, that would put a cat amongst the pigeons, wouldn't it, if we had a new GM? Okay, we are about to go over. It's a shame, actually, that with some of this stuff, we've not been able to kind of bounce back and forth more. Again, there are issues with the chats. So we've just been sort of chatting away on a few different topics, covering a few different subjects. And we are now going to start the Tubi show. Okay, the file is up, and I am pressing play. Tubi. There we go. Okay, so nice. How long's the... Okay, 49 minutes tonight. 49 minutes. Okay, what's it say on this little description? The heated rivalry between Team PC and WWE ID comes to a breaking point where members from each side collide in a 10-man tag match. Nelson said, where are we watching Evolve? It's on Tubi. We just need to get a VPN and then go over to Tubi. So I am 44 seconds in. That's where I am on the video file. This is our season finale. Your big comment came through there, Sonny. Okay, right. We're just seeing Team PC. Keanu looks like he's going to be in this match. Cyrus. Okay, we've not seen Cyrus. I don't know Cyrus. Okay, so Cyrus is going to feature along with Keanu Carver for Team PC. Someone needs to call Robert Stone and let him know there's going to be some open spots in Evolve after what we do tonight. Okay, there we go. So we've just had a little backstage thing with Team ID or Team PC, is it? Team PC. Let's go. Okay. 2 minutes 35 is where we are as Tyra May Steele is making her way out. Love this girl. Love this girl. Yes, yes, yes. Tyra May Steele going over to the fans. Pop, 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 pop. Yeah, she's got that gold medal around her neck as well. Not sure about this, to be honest. I'm not sure about that bit. She actually used to do something I really loved, and it's a shame that she stopped doing it. She would have all this fun with the crowd, you know, that in the entranceway, which I like. Yeah, I mean, that's not how I would be presenting Zena Sterling personally, but she's coming out quite bouncy and smiley. Okay. Yeah, so what Tyra May Steele used to do is she used to get in the ring. She'd do, like, you know, all the stuff on the outside. And then she'd go to the front ropes and she'd, like, really stare seriously at the camera. Sort of, and the message was always, yeah, I'm really fun. I'm here for a good time. But it's different now when I'm in the ring. Like, don't think I'm going to be that way all the time. And I kind of thought as part of an entrance presentation, that was really good. But they've got rid of it. And instead now she just stands in the ring going like this. I'm not sold on that change. I like her gear, though. Looks classy. A lot of people, actually, are into this kind of white and gold look. She's channeling her inner Trick Williams. I think Carmelo's been using that colour scheme as well. It does look classy. Show me what you've got, says Tyra May Steele. So she picks up Zena Sterling. Forearm shot there by Zena. Tyra May coming back over. Another shot coming in there by Zena. Zena against the ropes. Clothesline misses. Going up. Lovely. Chest first, face first. Oh, yeah, look. She's showing that intensity. Oh, spear. Spear by Tyra May Steele. She's very vocal in there. She is a natural. She really is a natural. Oh, lovely bridge as well. Suplex into a bridge, and she got it. She got it with that. She made short work. Headband popped off. Probably best to not have it at all. But, yeah, short work there for Yeah, it was lovely. German suplex. Spear, she probably could have shot into it a bit more. But that suplex looked great. Chewie said, I blinked and I almost missed that fight. The way that I dealt with her was like a BOSS, like a boss. I don't think she needs any more candy. This is not a girl that needs extra sugar. I love this woman. I love her. I'm in love with her. She was like, I'm not going to get popcorn. It's bad for my teeth cavities. I'll have some candy. Surely that's bad, though. She said, I'm going to sit back and I'm going to be watching Kendal Gray. I'm going to be watching PJ Vasa. I mean, blumming out. She was like talking so much there. Like, bah, 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 bah. I mean, there is no shyness, no lack of confidence. She is so bubbly. That personality, I mean, she has just given you an extra large scoop of personality with that promo. I mean, I love that woman. I am in love with that woman. She's so watchable. I want to see her again. I want to watch another match. I want to get another promo. Love it. Shining Wizard said, I've been thinking, do current wrestlers wear jewelry in the ring now, like Ricky wears earrings and Stax wears chains? I don't know, to be honest. I mean, like, obviously it's not something that you should be wearing. I mean, if you've got like a chain, like that's obviously a choking hazard. Rings and things, if you're throwing punches or trying to catch people, I mean, it's going to catch people, isn't it? So I mean, jewelry is not something that you really should ever be wearing in the ring. Whether there's, like, you know, like a thin chain that's got a bit of, like, you know, if it's, I'm wearing it, I'll run the risk of it getting damaged. It's, you know, I want to, then, I don't know, perhaps there has been some movement on that, but to be honest, I mean, when it comes to wrestling, you don't really want to be having those things. Okay, I love the pace of this. I mean, I love the pace of it. I love the fact that we're 10 minutes in. We've had our first match. It was short, but we got the promo after, and I got out of it what I was hoping for. Although not from Xena Sterling, actually. I don't think that gimmick works for her. I think, you know, it could get over, but she looks big and strong and Russian. And I feel like there's something to that. Rather than having her come out being all bubbly in a dress and, I don't know, someone else can do that. Right, we've got Callie against Wendy right now. So we know what we're looking for in this. We're looking for a really good performance from both of these women. These are two fantastic female wrestlers. Callie is such a prospect. Wendy is trying to find herself after kind of moving away from her other previous gimmick. Okay, arm drag. Ooh. Yeah, I like that. Drop kick. Down goes Callie. Callie rolls to the outsides. Okay, right now we've got Wendy stepping through the ropes. Bang. Kick coming in by Wendy on the outside. Callie having a bit of trouble. Cannonball to the outside by Wendy. Let's go! Boom, and we go to commercial break. So, right now I'm frozen at 11 minutes 19. Is this a boot advert for Takovas? What's this? Oh, they're a drink, are they? This is the most American advert I've ever seen. Come visit us. Takovas. That is the most American, most Texas advert I have ever seen. There was all these like cowboys and cowgirls, and they were in a cowboy boot store. I don't even know what they were advertising. At one point, there was like a drink, but then they were showing boots. Can you buy a drink and boots at the same place? I don't even know what it is. What is it? What's Takovas? Takovas. Cowboy boots. Oh, so they sell boots. What was the drink about? Do they sell alcohol? Oh. What? They sell boots. They're a retail store. Okay. I thought they sold blooming tequila or something. Well, it's fascinating for me to watch these American adverts. But we are back to the action. We're at 11:12. 12 minutes we're in now. Lou said, as a Texan, I'm dying of laughter over here. I couldn't make out what they sold. The boots look good, though. To be honest. There was a nice bit in the advert where they stamped a horseshoe little logo on the side of the boot. Looked classy. Gave that sort of handmade vibe, you know. And I can only imagine he was doing it whilst being drunk as well, with the amount of alcohol that featured in that advert. Okay, Carlee is finding a way back into this right now. So we're back to the action. Carlee getting in the ring, picking up Wendy, driving her back to the corner, driving her shoulder into the midsection. Wendy in the wrong part of town. Carlee charging over to the other corner, jumping off that rope. Charge! Oh! Now that's a spear. That Tyra May Steele needs to watch that, right? The spear that Tyra May Steele did earlier was a little laboured. It still looked okay, but oh my God. The spear that Callie Armstrong just delivered. Flipping Bron Breakker needs to watch as well. 1, 2, Wendy kicks out. Just a 2 count there for Callie, but that spear was sick. That spear looks so good. Callie is in control right now. Chin lock applied, knee right in the back. And pulling back on the face, on the heads. Trash talking Wendy. Telling the crowd to shut up. Callie in control. And right now, Wendy getting back up to her feet. Trying to get out of this, but Callie picks her up effortlessly. Grabs her on the shoulders. Wendy gets back down, though. Wendy goes back to the corner. Callie went for that spear. Wendy moves out the way. Yeah, Wendy blocks the... Oh, I love that. I love those block shots. Kick coming into the midsection. Another big kick coming in there by Wendy. Open palm. Slap to the chest. Clothesline. And again. Okay, Wendy getting back into this. Callie against the ropes. Reversal. Wendy working on the arm round the back. Oh, love it. Love it. She got the arm round the back. Callie was trapped for a moment. Wendy with a big lariat, big clothesline. Callie goes down. Couple of nice things here from Wendy. I really like the block shot as well. Wendy coming over, kick coming in. It's been a nice spear in this match from Callie. Big boot there by Wendy. 1, 2. Yeah, 2. Shoulder up by Callie, Wendy. Trying to put Callie away. This would be a big win for Wendy, actually. If Wendy was to get this would be a big win because I would say short of the champion, Callie's probably the next biggest challenge. So if you can beat Charlee, then, I mean, next stop surely is the champ. 1, 2. Obviously, we do have PJ Vasa now, though. She's a big problem. Lovely shot there by Charlee. Against the ropes goes Wendy. Charlee. Oh, look at that. Big power slam. Oh, I thought she was going to get it with that. I love how she threw off the ropes to get that extra momentum. Looked really, really good. Pushed her off the ropes, came back, bang, straight into that power slam. I like this match. There's some good moments in this match. Not that it's like mind-blowing or, you know, but there's some good moments, and the moves that they're going for look good. This is what I do, says Charlee as she climbs up. She's looking to get... open palm strike. I do love a good open palm strike. Open palm strike. Driving it right into Charlee. Looking for a superplex. Gets it. Gets it. She keeps her holds. Rolling. Looking for like... Three Amigos are... Look. Oh, that was like a brain buster. She had her up. Oh, 1, 2. Oh. Wendy Choo with a superplex. Yeah, honestly, I mean, that's a good sequence for her to have. If the opponent is in the corner, open palm into superplex, kick in, get him back up into... I don't know if it was a suplex or a brainbuster. I mean... It was kind of a mixture of both in a way. If it was meant to be a suplex, she didn't kind of get the art quite right. If it was a brainbuster, yeah, it could be a brainbuster. On the outside, sleeper by Wendy. Charlee breaks out. Wendy over against the ring post. Charlee charging over. Oh, collides into the ring post. This could be a problem for Charlee Armstrong. Charlee Armstrong down. Wendy going up. Wendy. Okay. Charlee. Oh, that was good. That was good. And I love that from Wendy. That sell by Wendy was so good. Charlee hits the ropes. Wendy loses her footing, bounces in the ring. Here we go. Picking up speeds. Bang. Heavy collision. Charlee going for the cover. 2, 3. I love it. I love it. I think it's a brilliant match. I think there's some brilliant moments in that. I think it was a really great battle. I think both had to dig quite hard. I think the moveset looked great. I think there's some brilliant evolution in there for both women. I think the spear from Charlee early looked really good. I love that open palm into the suplex, into what I think was the brainbuster. I love the sell there from Wendy when Charlee hits that top rope. And this is a finish. We've seen Charlee using this bang before. It's the Charlee connection. And I think that was a really, really enjoyable match. I am really enjoying this episode of Evolve. I think the Tyra May Steele stuff was big thumbs up. Charlee Armstrong, Wendy was a better match. It was a longer match. Big thumbs up. So 20 odd minutes in, I think we're eating pretty good this week on Evolve. But of course, we do have this big main event coming up. We've still got a long time to go as well. We're still looking at like half an hour. So I don't know how long this flipping 10-man tag's going to go for. Right, we are with Team ID. Okay, I really like what Aaron Rourke is wearing. It looks a lot better. That robe looks classier. The ring gear looks sharper. Looks a lot better. Hondos. Vanity Project don't have those tag titles because I'm guessing when this was recorded, they obviously hadn't won them. Vanity Project winning those NXT Tag Team Championships last night on NXT. Yeah, Aaron Rourke, his entrance jacket looks sharp, looks good, looks vibrant, looks classy. Ring gear looks a lot better as well. I think this looks better for him. 10-man tag up next. 10-man tag next. Harlem Lewis. All right, he's sending a message to Brooks Jensen. I'm going to burst that bubble. Okay, Brooks against Harlem Lewis one-on-one next week. Okay. Here's Tate Wilder in his referee shirt. And I like the fact he's in a proper referee shirt. Normally when we have a guest referee, we put them in the stripes. Still like zebra stripes. But Tate Wilder's wearing a proper referee shirt. Tate Wilder, guest referee for this one, stepping in the ring. This is match number 3. And this, I think, is the only other match that's been announced for this week's episodes. I'm not sure what else it is that we're actually getting tonight. And as we said, I mean, it's probably going to take a while to get everyone to come out doing their entrances. Oh, they're bringing them all out at the same time? Well, they're bringing Aaron Rourke, Sean Legacy and Mike Cunningham out. Vanity Project getting their own little entrance. It is a weird combination, isn't it? Sean Legacy, Cunningham, Aaron Rourke, swipe right. Jackson Drake's going to be at ringside as well. Hondos! I love the lining of that jacket that Aaron Rourke adds. Okay. There we go. The WWE ID team are in the ring. I don't know much about Mike Cunningham. His team PC. Okay. Braxton Cole. Cam Hendricks. Cyrus. Presley. Here's Keanu Carver. Carver getting his own entrance. Yeah, he's a problem, isn't he, Carver? Keanu Carver is a problem. I really like his look as well, you know, that kind of boxing sort of vibe. I mean, he's even got his hands wrapped like a boxer would before they put gloves on. He's got like boxing shorts, boxing boot. He's just got that sort of Mike Tyson boxer vibe. He's got a great look. I like his presentation a lot. Okay, this hopefully it'll just be a really fun, chaotic match. This is our season finale. Tate Wilder is the special guest ref on this one. I don't think that Braxton Cole got the memo because all the other members are wearing black. He's got like white and blue. If you look over at the other side, they're not wearing black on the babyface team. Feels to me like ID are the babyfaces in this one. It seems like Team PC are the heels. It's Riggins. Okay, right, everyone getting in there. We've got, big brawl. We're starting this thing off with a big brawl. They're going at it. Everyone is, yeah, I mean, Tate Wilder's just completely lost control here. Sean Legacy coming over, big shot. Aaron Rourke with a suicide dive. Keanu Carver's getting a bit of joy, though. Keanu Carver's fighting back here. Oh, my God, look at that throw. Cunningham absolutely hurled across the ring. In comes Brad Baylor. Keanu Carver with the big right hands. Baylor goes down. To the outsides. Okay, tag, Keanu Carver coming in, Sean Legacy. Keanu Carver, I think that was the match we saw on NXT this week. But these two going at it right now. Drop kick there by Sean Legacy. Duck underneath, Legacy against the ropes. Crossbody gets caught by Carver. Picks, oh my God. Blimey now. Backbreaker. Oh, he really laid it in as well. It looks so good. That was like Callie's spear, but this was Keanu's backbreaker. It was good. Bang. Down goes Legacy. Sonny said, I've put a question of the day in the Discord if anyone wants to answer it. I've got a couple of questions. There's a wrestling-related question and a non-wrestling-related question. Oh, Sonny, shout out to you, buds. Yeah, there is a Discord. I think the link to that should be in the description of every video. Right, Brad Baylor is in there with Braxton Cole. Baylor throwing in some kicks to the midsection. And bang! Big boot. 1, 2, kick out there by Braxton Cole. Ricky Smokes is in. So this thing has settled down. And right now, big knee to the midsection there by Ricky Smokes goes over, nails one of the members of Team PC. Tag being made, in comes Brad Baylor. Baylor's in there. Big right hands. Around the back, headlock. Back elbow. Oh, yeah, swipe right working well. Look at that. Beautiful. Flatliner. Stomp to the back. Tag being made. Quick tag. Keanu Carver comes in. Love it. Carver goes over. Takes out all the members of Team ID. Yeah, and Team PC are bouncing on the ropes right now. They're in control. Keanu Carver has just leveled that whole team pretty much on his own. And we've gone to a commercial break. This is the WrestleMania advert. We're at 28:08. That means we've just got over 20 odd minutes still to go, which is pretty crazy, honestly, that we're giving this match so much time. They're really, really going to showcase these guys. Unless it's going to end and then we're going to do some after it. We've got like another segment planned or something. Maybe we're going to use the end of the show to kind of showcase what we're doing next week with Succession, you know. It's a big week next week, actually. Evolve's got a big, big show next week. It's good, though. I'm enjoying it. Sonny said, what are your top 5 favourite female and male wrestlers? Also, who are your top 5 favourite authors for books that you've read, says Sonny. Daze, now that they are putting individual matches and satellite staff into the Hall of Fame, should they have a category for a jobber Hall of Fame, said Shining Wizards. I don't think that they should do a jobber Hall of Fame. I think I think that people have got different ideas as to what qualifies for the Hall of Fame. Some people out there think the Hall of Fame is really just for like championship achievements. I don't agree with that. There's Laney Luck in the VIP section. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think that take Chelsea, for example. The role that Chelsea has got is, you know, one that we've been talking about. It's a role of kind of comedy, being entertaining, taking losses, putting other girls over, and getting achievements herself, like being a United States champion and hopefully in the future being a world champion herself, right? But the majority of the time, the bulk of the time, she is going to be the joke, right? Because she does it so well. That is her skill set. That is one of her strengths. That's not her. That shouldn't like exclude her from the Hall of Fame because she hasn't been a 5-time women's world champion. You know, she's doing a job, a very important job, a job that not many other women can do. And for me, like, that means that she is doing what is being asked. And, you know, if she's got the longevity, then she should go into the Hall of Fame. So I suppose the point I'm making is when it comes to a jobber, an enhancement talent, like, say, the Brooklyn Brawler, right? Who's like one of the most famous jobbers of all time. He worked in WWE for a long, long time, and just did nothing but lose to people and put them over. I'd have no problems with him going in the Hall of Fame. No problems whatsoever. The amount of work that he did, the amount of time that he was with the company, the job that he was given is the job that he did. And for me, he's someone that, you know, was a long-serving employee. If you view it that way, it's a better way of viewing it. He was employed by WWE to do a job. He did that job, and he did it for a very long period of time. Doesn't matter if you're a cameraman, a director, doesn't matter. You're employed to do a job. He did that job. And as a result, he should get, like, you know, the recognition for that. And so I'd have no problems with him going in. So there doesn't need to be a separate Hall of Fame for jobbers, enhancement talent, because they should be recognized as part of the Hall of Fame anyway. So Brooklyn Brawler would be the most famous example. In my mind, the most famous example. Someone like James Ellsworth is obviously a more recent example, if you will, of someone that was brought in to be an enhancement talent, someone that was brought in to be a jobber, but he wouldn't go in the Hall of Fame for me because he didn't have the longevity. It's not like he had decades of service like the Brooklyn Brawler did. Right now, we are back with the action, and we've got Sean Legacy in there. Braxton Cole throwing him against the ropes, and down goes Legacy. So we're seeing that the team ID are still struggling. Braxton Cole being tagged in, being brought in. Right now, we've got PC in control, but Legacy lands on his feet, rolls through, makes the tag. Okay, Cunningham with a crossbody. Cunningham, duck underneath, against the ropes. Braxton, oh, nice speed by Cunningham. He's going a bit Callie Armstrong there. He's going a bit Bron Breakker. Picking up speed, hitting those ropes. Down goes Braxton Cole. Going over against the ropes. Picked up there by Braxton. Cunningham lands on his feet. Duck underneath. Knee to the back. Clothesline there by Cunningham. By Braxton Cole. So, oh, Jackson Drake gets him. Jackson Drake, current Evolve champ. Tate Wilder nails Jackson Drake. The referee, Tate Wilder, smacking Jackson Drake in the face. Laney Luck is watching on the outsides. WrestleLandia hello. Who's more all-time great, Chelsea or Matt? Well, Matt's got the longevity, hasn't he? But I personally have found, I find Chelsea more entertaining, and I've been. I think I would say at the moment Matt has had, like, because of his longevity and the amount of stuff that he did, Long Island IC, which a lot of people weren't around for, and wouldn't know the impact of that. I would say that for me, it's Matt, but Chelsea is catching up quick, and probably not too long. Chelsea will overtake him. I think I would say Matt still just. I mean, he won the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. That was a big moment for him. He's got quite a few accomplishments, and he had longevity with the company as well. So I think I would say Matt personally, but I don't think Chelsea is all that far away. I think she will overtake him. But Chelsea personally is the one that I find, more engaging. Even Matt in his prime, I still prefer what Chelsea has delivered. But Oof, down goes. Look him. Ronnie said, Daze, WWE didn't give AJ a chance to reflect on his career. His Hall of Fame feels forced for clicks. Gunther needs a high-level match for Mania. Still many tickets left for Chamber. WWE have priced themselves out, says Ronnie. A lot of thoughts. You managed to get through there. Well done. Chat issues tonight. So, well done for getting all of those through. Apparently, Hall of Fame was a surprise. I wouldn't say it was forced. I would say it was deserved. I suppose the question is, does it need to be done now? And I think there's a few thoughts that are out there about why they've done it now. I can't give you the real reason as to why they've done it now. The only thing I can say is that on Monday, it felt the way that segment had been structured, it felt like something needed to happen. It was not awkward at the end, but it felt like we were. It felt like, is this it? There was that air of, is it really over? Is this really it? And, you know, they were kind of coming out applauding him, and it was like, is this it, really? And then, of course, it turns out that, yes, it was. And then we get the Undertaker's gong, and, you know, we do that then. So I think it worked well on Monday, personally. It's more than deserved. I mean, it's not like they're putting him in and he doesn't deserve it. You'll struggle to find people saying he doesn't deserve it. Yeah, we lost Swipe Right, by the way, after that punch. Back in the corner. Hendricks charging over. Cunningham with a big boot. So they're up against it here, Team ID. Big boot coming in. Nice. Enziguri kick. Down goes Cam Hendricks. Cappuccino goes into those ring steps because Keanu Carver came round. Cappuccino had come out. He wasn't in the match, though. He was just trying to give encouragement because this is a handicap match 3-on-5 now. Having lost Swipe Right, we've got Braxton Cole in, charging in the corner. Back elbow there by Cunningham. Big boot there by Cunningham. Cole goes over the top to the outsides. Hendricks trying to stop the tag from being made as right now trying to get over to make the tag. Hendricks goes down, goes flying across the ring. Oh, nice. Yeah, Aaron Rourke was prevented from making that tag. Keanu Carver just smashes Sean Legacy into the edge of the ring. Oh, my God. Cunningham hurled into that top rope. Oh, but he flops to the outside. I have no idea who the legal person is now. And it looks like we're going to commercial break with Team PC again in control as we go over to commercial break. Saturday, May 9th. Is this a Backlash commercial? Tampa. It hits back. Get your tickets. Backlash. Saturday, May 9th. Let's go. Okay, we are at commercial break at the moment. I am at 38:20. 38:20. I'm frozen at 38 minutes 20. So we have got a little bit more. The ending of this week's episode's in sight. I really enjoyed the start of the episode. And actually, there's been some great moments in this match as well. I don't know that I would have had it go this long, but this could be the big blow-off, to be honest. This could be the big end of this story, you know. Okay, we're back in the ring. Everyone's back in the ring. They're all in their corners. We've got Cunningham battling away with Braxton Cole. Looking for a backslide. There it is. Kick out. Big Time said early numbers for NXT this Tuesday, 923. The speech boosted it. We'll see how it gets adjusted tomorrow. Wow, I mean, that would be monstrous, wouldn't it? Absolutely monstrous. Okay. I pay for Netflix. Tubi is free and we get the same amount of commercials, said King Yeti. Yes. Yes. That is exactly what happens. Shot to the midsection. Another big blow coming in. So Cunningham struggling a little bit here. Cunningham down in his corner. Going for the cover. 1, 2. No joy. No joy. Knee coming in there by Hendricks. Cunningham down. Hendricks trying to drive another knee in, but Cunningham moves out the way. Yeah, he's feeling that. He's coming over. Grabbing Cunningham. Cunningham looks like a dead weight. Shot to the back like a kidney shot. Cunningham went down. Hendricks in control. Draker's gone over to sit next to Laney Luck in the VIP area. 1, 2. Yeah, so Succession next week. Pete Rosenberg just said that we've got a WWID talent and a PC talent sitting together in the VIP section. Was he trying to make out that harmony is starting to get restored? I couldn't quite make out what he was trying to say then. Cunningham trying to make the tag, lands on his feet. Cam Hendricks goes up. He goes on that top rope, goes down. This is an opportunity now for a hot tag. It's still 3-on-5 in this handicap match. Here's Aaron Rourke. I don't feel like I've seen much of Aaron Rourke in this match. Single leg drop kick. Love that. Big boot coming in. Love the ring gear for Aaron Rourke. It does pop for him. That's much better ring gear. I know I keep saying it, but oh God, it works for him. Nice. Backstabber. Yeah, I love these block shots, man. Going over. Nice cartwheel. Boom. Eat. Defeat. Swing and a miss. Aaron Rourke going in there with Keanu right now. I was going to say, he probably shouldn't get the better of Keanu. Look at these quick kicks. Sean Legacy. Bang. Sliced breads. Big. Love that kick. That's a lovely kick. Duck underneath. Okay, we're getting to that kind of time in the match where it's really breaking down to... Oh, I thought that was going to be it, you know. I thought that was going to be it. I like when Cam Hendricks went for the cover. He kind of got his forearm and turned Aaron Rourke's head over. I always find that to be like extra disrespectful. Like, don't look at me. Don't even look at me whilst I'm pinning you. But Aaron Rourke kicked out. Match is carrying on. Split leg moonsault. Gets it. 1, 2. Oh, save mates. Yeah, I haven't seen much of Cyrus, to be honest. Oh. Gut wrench. Up. No. Lands on his feet. Team ID getting back into this. Super kick to the outsides. It's been fun, actually. I mean, the match has gone longer than what I was expecting. It's kind of felt a little bit like if Evolve did a PLE. This feels like a bit of a PLE type match. There's been so much stuff that's gone on, and it's really had time. Oh, love that. Through the legs, 2. No, reverse by Cam. 1, 2. Aaron. Oh, he tried to cheat. He tried to grab the tights. He couldn't quite do it. Cam Hendricks knocks Tate Wilder down. Cam Hendricks knocking down Tate Wilder. Wilder back in the corner. Okay, right now we've got off the top. Aaron Rourke, 1, 2. Aaron Rourke gets it. Aaron Rourke pins Cam Hendricks. It's Team ID. It's the underdogs. It's the team of 3 that get the job done. Cappuccino's in there celebrating. Sean's celebrating. Crowd are applauding. Yeah, I mean, that's a big moment for Aaron Rourke, to be honest, isn't it? He's the one that gets the victory for his team after Swipe Right show their real true colours by just abandoning the team after Jackson Drake got walloped. So that was a big moment. Jackson Drake getting walloped. Swipe Right are like, nah, forget this. That was a good moment. That was good booking. They showed their true colours and they abandoned the team. Goods. Split leg moonsault. Couldn't quite get the job done, but Aaron Rourke did get the job done. I think it's been a really strong episode. Really strong. I questioned this match getting the amount of time it's got, but they worked it so well. Non-stop, loads of people got a chance to show off and shine. And okay, we got a little promo after. Can we bring Unity back now, though? Next week. I'm going to get my championship match, says Cappuccino. That's what I'm talking about. Good stuff, Aaron. Aaron, it was your ring gear, mate. Your ring gear looks really good and it got you the win. Tonight is about Sean Legacy. Is it? Even Sean's like, what's about me? Well, oh, tonight was your last night on Evolve. Oh, Sean's done. Thank you. There we go. Sean Legacy done on Evolve. And this is episode 49. And we've had some weeks off. So, I mean, Evolve's been going for a long time now. Thank you, Sean, on the screens. Super speech. Super speech. So here we go. Sean is going off to NXT. We're getting a Sean Legacy speech. I've been at this for 10 years. All I wanted was an opportunity. ID program gave me that opportunity. So we're bigging up the ID program. Yeah. I mean, I think it is good. I think it does work. The name Sean Legacy is now NXT. Is he getting emotional? You deserve it, Chance. You guys know how to make someone feel so special. It does feel like someone needs to murk someone. You know? It does feel like Aaron Rourke needs to just take out Sean Legacy. Someone needs to do something. Beat Jackson Drake. Okay, did Cunningham not get some flowers there from Legacy? Cunningham's in the corner, a bit like, whoa, 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 whoa. I can't wait to see what the future holds, says Legacy. Okay, this was great because he did not... he didn't give flowers to Cunningham. Cunningham standing there like... Well, what do we do with that? If he's not going to be around... Does that mean Cunningham's going to have a little bee in his bonnet? Does that mean Cunningham's going to be a bit frustrated? I don't hate that. That was a really good episode. I enjoyed all the matches. First one was really short, but it gets boosted by the fact that Tyra May Steele cut a promo after, and it was a wild promo as well. She was just balling, right? Going off. So chuck that with the match, and you got your Tyra May Steele fix. So I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed Wendy Callie. Third match was long, but they used the time well, and I really enjoyed that. Then we get a speech at the end, and it's like, well, someone's got to do something here, because this is all just like rah-rah, isn't ID fantastic? It's like, we need something a bit more interesting than that. And then he's not really talking about Cunningham. And the people in the crowd are like, what, Cunningham? And Cunningham's like, what about me? And like, there's this dirty look as well. And you're like, is he about to... I did think, is he about to nail Sean Legacy? He didn't. But, honestly, I kind of enjoyed that episode. And even the speech at the end, I mean, it's thank you, Sean, who's been a massive part of Evolve. I mean, you could say, one of the faces, along with Jackson Drake and Kendal Gray and Kelly Armstrong. You could say that Super Sean Legacy was right up there with them. He gets a chance to say a few words, and then just a little thing with him and Cunningham at the end. Be interesting to see what comes of that. Next week, of course, we've got Succession. So next week we've got Succession. Next week we should have a pretty big show, and there's every chance next week we get a new champ as well. I mean, we could get two new champs. I mean, Kendal could lose to PJ Vasa. I think that's very possible. Is Cappuccino going to take the title from Jackson Drake? Is he the right person to become the Evolve champ? He could. I mean, he's a great performer. He's very fun to watch. Cappuccino could do it, but I don't know. Is he going to do it? I don't know. What other baby faces would make sense? I mean, I think Cappuccino's got to be up there. I mean, Aaron's just got a big pin. But, I mean, are we going to put the belt on Aaron Rourke? It's no problem to do it, but he's just kind of come a bit out of nowhere. We all know the correct answer. The next champ should be It's Goal. That's it. End of conversation. It's Goal should be the next champ. So, but Cappuccino will have a chance. I do think there is a good opportunity for PJ Vasa next week, though. So we could be looking at a new champ, at least one, if not two, next week. With Succession. And then we've also got Brooks Jensen, haven't we, against Harlem Lewis, which I'm not as crazy about, but could be okay. Daze, would you put AJ as top 20? I think I would be tempted to put him top 20 of in-ring performers. I don't know that I'd put him top 20 just out of all performers. But if we were talking specifically in-ring abilities, I think I would. But I don't think I can put him top 20 if we're going to just, talk about overall package. I feel like it was quite frustrating for AJ where, he was like teaming with Omos, and there's quite, doing stuff with the OC, the original club. Like, I found the OC stuff to be very frustrating and not very interesting. I found his tag team with Omos to not be very interesting. I think for me, he's someone that has a really good start to his career, and then probably around the pandemic, maybe a bit before, we kind of stop really doing interesting things. I'd say we do the Boneyards. I remember us doing him and Daniel Bryan for the Intercontinental Championship. That was a banger. That was 2020. And then I think sort of after that, we start moving into stuff that I don't really care for. So I think, kind of since pandemic, it's been it's been a struggle. And then he's had injuries as well, hasn't he? So I suppose it's just a shame, really, that he came to WWE as late in his career as what he did. I mean, could you imagine if he came in 5 years earlier? Because I actually think that 2016, 2017, going into 2018, that kind of time period was really good for him. I mean, you could make an argument that's peak AJ in WWE. It's good that we managed to get some great matches out of him, though. I mean, him and Cena was really good. People really enjoyed him and Shinsuke. I enjoyed it. People went a bit crazier for it than what I did, but I still enjoyed it. And, you know, his match with Gunther I really enjoyed as well. So, yeah, we did get those kind of great final matches out of him. In-ring wise, undeniable. Top 20, I've got no problems with that. Overall, I think you could probably, you know, you start thinking about Bret and Shawn and Undertaker, and you start it starts to kind of fill up quite quickly. So he's a top WWE superstar, though. Still, you know, he'd probably make my top 50. I don't think he would make my top 20. I'm trying to think if he'd make a top 30. I'd probably have to sit here and go through it and list it all out. But I mean, you start thinking of people like Macho Man, and as I said, you know, it starts Randy and Edge and Rock, Mankind. It starts filling up quite quick. So, but amazing, and yeah, it's such a shame to see him go. It's I can understand why people couldn't quite believe it. Shining Wizard said, Daze, where do I find a community folder, or do you post it and move on? No, I've got the folders. So I've got this software which is called Raindrop. So you might remember that I used to do Unseens a different way. I would use the folders that were on X. But the thing is, X is too unreliable. It keeps crashing. And sometimes folders are down. And I actually couldn't do videos sometimes because the folders would crash and I couldn't get to them. So I remember, I think maybe when I went to Egypt last year, I remember being like, right, I'm going to have a few days away from the channel. I'm going to fix a few things. And one of the things I did when I came back was I downloaded Raindrop. And that is like, it allows you to save web pages and tweets and, you know, YouTube videos. Like you can save all whatever you want really to this app called Raindrop. And it, I use that now. And I can just create endless amount of folders there as well. So I've got a community folder. I've got loads of different folders. So when people tag me and stuff on X, I just add it to the folder it needs to go to. So yeah, it's not something you guys have got access to. All you have to do is just tag me on X and then I'll put it in the relevant place. So if it's something that's like, oh, I've just picked up this video, or I've just been to this shop and I've taken a picture to show you what the shop is selling, or I've just got a new tattoo, wrestling tattoo, or whatever it might be, I'll go, thanks, I'll pop it in the community folder. And community folder probably didn't have quite enough for a video. That's okay. I mean, I don't really want to commit to like saying we'll do the community folder every week because I never quite know what we're going to get each week. There's some really good stuff in there, right? But so I'm very confident we'll get one done this weekend. But considering it's Wednesday right now, I think it probably makes sense to say, yeah, we'll just do it on Sunday. We'll definitely do one Sunday because we've probably got enough for a video now. But if you want to add to it, you absolutely can. Just tag me on X, and then I'll pop it in the relevant folder. I've said before, like news stuff I don't really need because I've just got all the news outlets kind of saved in a list. So I just go down that and I just look. We looked at it earlier, actually. I just go down that list and see what's happened in the day. So all of that stuff I've kind of got covered. The stuff that I kind of find really useful is the fun stuff. And I keep seeing loads of great fun stuff as well. Actually, if I just show you this as an example. So this is X, right? Let me just move this over a touch. This is my news one, actually. So here you can see I've got Wrestle Talk. I've got Wrestle Purists. I think there's another one in here as well. And so I can just go down and see nothing but the news, the day's news. So I've got the news covered. This is why, thanks, but I don't really need it. I've got it covered. So I go down, but what I don't have, because there's no way of kind of creating a list for it, are like all those fun memes and maybe some video clips and fun bits and bobs. I saw this earlier from just a random account, Oxgod, right? Random account. I would never follow them. I would never, if you look at the other stuff, they don't just do wrestling. If you look at some of their other stuff that they've got, I mean, there's like, do you know what I mean? Film stuff, game stuff. It's not wrestling. It's not all wrestling. So I would never follow this account. But they've put out this meme that I just thought was so good. This is clearly AI. They've created an AI image of Undertaker and Kane and Paul Bearer as when they were younger. Here's Undertaker and Kane before the fire. And they've used AI to create... It's been viewed 4.7 million times. What a genius idea, and what a very clever use of AI that is. Really, really clever. I think with AI, there's a lot of people that are creating like cool looking graphics, but really the creative thing to do is to do stuff like this, create images that have never existed, because obviously it's not real, right? They weren't really brothers, they weren't really living together, these characters, but you can use AI to create an image, a picture, and this has been seen by 4.7 million people. Wow, brilliant. So that is a prime example. So for me, that just goes straight into like the Undertaker folder. I could put it into the Kane folder. Brilliant. I saw there was another one as well that I saw actually, and I can't remember. Was it tribal list? Was it tribalist? Tribal? I don't think I'd find it now. No, I wouldn't be able to find it. I did. If ever I go like scrolling through like my home bit, normally I see a few things that kind of we looked at that earlier. Normally I see a few things that kind of catch my eye. There, look, Danhausen is the betting favourite to be revealed as the person in the crate. Oh, what's this? The grapple clips is quite good. What's this? There's a dog. Ooh, be careful. Dog just checking on the wrestlers. Is humping him? Yes! Wrestler gets humped mid-match. Go on! Okay, like that. That goes into my indie... I think I've got an indie wrestling type show folder. That goes into that, definitely. What's this? This might be true. Okay, someone's used it. I'm guessing that's meant to be Triple H, but it doesn't really look like Triple H, does it, to be honest? It doesn't really look like Triple H. Oh, what's that? Well, that's kind of fun, isn't it? Very cool to see this behind-the-scenes photo from Rob Fee's Instagram. Happy birthday to Ramon Parado. So, yeah, that is cool. Behind the scenes picture of Uncle Howdy. I mean, that can actually go in unseen tonight. And to be honest, this is what I do. This is how I spend hours, is kind of doing this and looking and seeing what's out. And that can go there, that can go there. But I might not see everything, you know. Oh, look, Fader's seen that clip as well 14 minutes ago. The dog humping clip. There was another one that I saw though that was like, oh my god, that's so good. That's good, by the way. AJ talking to Undertaker backstage. I've seen enough. Jay is the best vlogger of all time. That's another thing though. Sometimes the clips can be too long. I get sent stuff that's like 5 minutes long. It's like, I can't. What can I do with that? It's too long to play, really. So, oh god, this clip's actually everywhere, isn't it? Everyone's flipping sharing the dog humping clip. Seems to be doing the rounds. I do need to watch that. Probably won't use it because it's probably too long, but I do need to watch it. Sarah Logan has retired. I read that the other day, actually. Now that she's no longer with WWE. That's not wrestling related. And yeah, this is what I do. Basically, I just keep going down and looking and seeing what there is, and just adding stuff to different folders. Okay. Well, look, we did it. We made it. We managed to get through a whole stream where I couldn't really interact with the chat. Big thank you to everyone that's joined us, though. And everyone that's... everyone that joined us, and hope you still enjoyed the show. I did genuinely think tonight was a really strong episode of Evolve. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to try and get an unseen out tonight. Obviously, we're back tomorrow with our faction game stream for the members. Faction game tomorrow. And don't worry, I'm going to make sure that there's no honky-tonk man answers that kind of screw up the system a little bit. So I'll make sure of that. But we'll do the faction game tomorrow. And we've got the WEP tomorrow. And then bang, we're into Friday, Saturday. And then we're into peak elimination chamber. So we've got a busy weekend coming up this weekend, which is good. Because we've had a couple of weekends that have been quiet. So it'll be nice to get back to getting our teeth into a show. King Yeti said, Daze, Nolene is in the chat, or was. I don't know, says King Yeti. Okay. Nolene, shout out to you if you are around. Nolene, oh, there we go. He doesn't love me anymore, says Nolene. Hello, Nolene. Of course I still love you, but just so you know, tonight is a bad night for saying hello because of the fact that the chat isn't really working for YouTube. There's like a YouTube problem tonight. So, yeah, you just chose like probably the worst night to jump in and say hello because of the fact that the chat isn't quite working. But I got the message. Hope you and Patrick are well. Send in love to the family. So great to see you, my friend. And yeah, great to see everyone joining us. Again, big thank you. I know it was a bit frustrating with us not being able to like interact as much as usual, but we'll be back doing that on Friday. And yeah, good. I'm just glad it was a good show. I'm glad there was lots of good positive things for us to talk about. So appreciate it. Have a good evening, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.